Absolutely Truly by Heather Vogel Frederick, a First Chapter Friday read aloud video with the Word Nerd. Today, as you listen, play along. Watch for the story quote that will appear on screen. Write it down word by word and then follow the instructions given to you by your teacher. Make sure you stay all the way to the end to see if you've written it down correctly.
Hi, my name is Amanda Zieba. Welcome to my channel, Learning with the Word Nerd, and another First Chapter Friday video. This week, I'm going to be reading to you Absolutely Truly by Heather Vogel Frederick, and this book has three things that I love all wrapped into one story. Number one, a bookstore. Duh. Number two, a letter. I love snail mail, real mail that comes in a mailbox. Love that. And number three, a treasure hunt. Bookstore, letter, treasure hunt. Yes, please. Let me read you the back so you know a little bit more about this story, and then we will dive in and read chapter one. At almost 6 feet tall, 12-year-old Truly Lovejoy stands out in a crowd whether she likes it or not. She doesn't. So when her family up and moves to teeny tiny, super boring Pumpkin Falls, New Hampshire, Truly doesn't stand a chance of blending in. But when helping out at the family bookstore one day, Truly finds a mysterious letter inside an old copy of Charlotte's Web, and soon she and her new friends are swept up in a madcap treasure hunt around town. While chasing clues that could spell danger, Truly discovers there's more to Pumpkin Falls than meets the eye, and that blending in can be overrated. Chapter 1 is just called Chapter 1. What's this supposed to mean? My father demanded it. Let me start over. Sometimes, bleh, even though I've done, like 180 of these, my tongue still gets tied. What's this supposed to mean? My father demanded as I followed my brother through the front door, our arms full of boxes. My father stalked across the entry hall, waving a slip of paper at me with his good hand. Hatcher flashed me a sympathetic look and vanished upstairs. I didn't blame him. I'd have done the same thing in his place. No one wants to face the wrath of Lieutenant Colonel Jericho T. Lovejoy. An F plus in pre-algebra? The chill in my father's voice could have single-handedly reversed global warming. F plus? Truly? Yes, that's really my name. It's a family thing. Does that mean you almost pass or that you failed spectacularly? My father pinned me with one of his signature glares. I hadn't counted on this. I thought it would take at least a week for mail from Texas to reach the East Coast, and I counted on being able to snag this particular envelope from the mailbox before anyone else spotted it. I said, this is unacceptable, young lady. Silence is the best strategy when my father gets like this. I don't understand it, he continued, pacing back and forth. Not one bit. Lovejoys can do anything. We're naturally good at math. Actually, there's a whole long list of things I can't do and that I'm not good at. Usually, though, math isn't one of them. It's one of my favorite subjects, in fact, but how was I supposed to concentrate on stupid pre-algebra when my world had been turned upside down? The F plus wasn't my fault. It was his, and I said so, under my breath. My father stopped mid-pace. What was that? Nothing, sir, I mumbled. My father isn't one of those hyper-military dads. When we lived on base in Colorado, I had a friend whose father used to do actual room inspections for her and her brother every Saturday morning in full dress uniform, white gloves and all. Still, all of us Lovejoy kids have been trained to add sir to the end of our sentences when we're talking to our dad, especially when we want to be on his good side. And with a math grade like mine, that was definitely the side that I wanted to be on. My father grabbed his coat from off the banister. I resisted the urge to offer some help as he swung it awkwardly around his shoulders. No point in adding fuel to the fire. Wait until your mother hears about this, he said. That wasn't a conversation I was looking forward to. When my father's mad, at least everything is out in the open. You know where you stand. With my mother, whenever one of us messes up, she just looks at us sorrowfully and shakes her head like we're the biggest disappointment in the history of the world, which I probably am. Finish unpacking the car, my father said. I'm heading back to the bookstore, and don't forget, you and Hatcher have kitchen patrol tonight. And with that, he left, slamming the door behind him. I slumped down on the hall bench and banged my forehead against one of the boxes I was holding. It was so unfair. The math grade, the move, everything. Why couldn't we have just stayed in Texas? This time, there wasn't even the prospect of moving someplace decent again in a year or two either. This time, I was stuck. forever. In a town you've got to be kidding me is actually called Pumpkin Falls, New Hampshire. Now, I know this doesn't give us a whole lot in this chapter 1. I know it's super short, but I can promise you the bookstore and the treasure hunt and all sorts of other unexpected things are waiting for Truly in Pumpkin Falls, New Hampshire. And I really think that you're going to love this book. So pick up a copy from your school library, from your local indie bookstore, or via the links down in the description box. Thanks so much for joining me for this First Chapter Friday video. I hope you will come back again for more. Happy reading. I'll see you again next time.
To continue reading Absolutely Truly by Heather Vogel Frederick, pick up a copy from your school library, purchase one from your favorite local indie bookstore, or grab it via the link in the video description box. Then be sure to check out the rest of the First Chapter Friday playlist. I've got almost 200 middle grade and young adult novels waiting there for you to listen. Novels in verse, prose, graphic novels, mysteries, action adventures, sad books, adventurous books, all sorts, ready for you to pick and listen. This week's mystery quote says, "A community is like a family, and every family has a few odd ducks. The important thing to remember is that they're still family." Thanks so much for visiting my channel, Learning with the Word Nerd. I hope you come back again for more First Chapter Friday videos, brain breaks, direct teaching instruction videos, and more. I'll see you again next time. Happy reading.